Hello, happy Monday to you, viewers. My name is Rudy Basso. Welcome back to Order Up, a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons campaign set in the city of Zobeck, in the setting of Midgard, all about running a restaurant and the many crazy things that entails. My name is Rudy Basso. My pronouns are he, him. I will be your dungeon master for tonight and every night. Let us go around the circle. Everyone, please tell me who you are, who the character you are playing is, and tell me, if you were a candy bar, what kind of candy bar would you be? Let's start clockwise to my top right. Danny, hi, how are you doing?
What's up, y'all? My name is Danny. You can find me all over the place at Danny Plays Games with a Z. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Bernie or Nardi or Bernardi. Pronouns also he, him. And I think if I were a candy bar, I think I would be the matcha green tea Kit Kats.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just because that's delicious and I feel delicious.
I always want to get those whenever I see them. But they're always so expensive. Like,
they are.
Part of me just wants to go to Japan and load up on all the like wild Kit Kat flavors they have there.
Yeah.
Bring them back and be a Kit Kat zillionaire. I mean, that's what we all want, right? To be rich in Kit Kats. All right, moving along. Autumn, hi, how are you? What are you up to? Hi, yes.
Hello.
I asked you a question.
Yes. My name is Autumn, pronouns they, them. I am playing Vera, they, she, a human ranger, forager, occasional shady character. And if I were a candy bar, because I like to shirk norms, I would absolutely be like a box of Pocky.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. What flavor Pocky now, I must ask?
I mean, like strawberry is classic, but that almond crunch Pocky is like a next level.
That is definitely not the norm, but yeah, that is a tasty Pocky, tasty treat. All right, yes. Moving along. Back with us today, super pumped. We have Victoria. You are not Thargard. You are not Grant. Please ignore the overlay. You are Victoria. You're playing Thule, right?
Yes, okay. I am. I am not. I am here. Thule is back. I am Victoria. Pronouns are she, they. And I am playing Thule Anga, the Bear Folk Brewmaster Cleric. And if I were a chocolate bar, I would be a Mirage bar.
Tell me more about the Mirage bar. What a name.
It's kind of like an arrow with all the bubbles in it, but it's thicker than an arrow. So when you bite into it, you get more of that bubbly, chocolatey goodness.
Oh yeah, more bubbles. That's what I always say. More bubbles in candy and baths. That's my opinion on bubbles. Pro bubbles. All right. And last but absolutely not least, Lynn, how are you? Who are you playing? What kind of candy bar would you be?
Doing good. I am Lynn, aka Flying Cirrus, she, her. And I'm playing Delfina, the Dampier server for the restaurant. Also she, her. And candy bar, Danny, I think we're on the same wavelength because Kit Kat, but the soccer Kit Kat, because I love those really strange ones. If I was feeling more feisty, I would say the sake one, but I'm not that feisty. So
sake Kit Kat.
They are strong. Man. I got a little.
Does it have actual alcohol?
Yes, it does.
Wow.
You open it up, it's just like, this is 100%. It smells like sake.
That is.
I'm a lightweight, and I ate like
wild.
3 of them.
Yeah, I wonder if like you should have it hot then, like that. So many possibilities with the sake Kit Kat. I'm very intrigued. All right, so last week, the food cart was in action along with your 4 pixies who all helped and definitely helped. You were able to be a wild success. You dealt with the many difficulties that came across you, including a rival food cart that was selling magical foods that was like... mind controlling people, and you followed the hag that was behind it back to her home and lit it on fire and lit her on fire. She didn't even get a turn. It was a very, very quick fight. That's how it goes sometimes. Dungeons and Dragons. So we're going to fast forward again to the future of a indefinite amount of time, plot amount of time, one might say. And the restaurant has once again gone through a rebranding. So it is no longer the Cheese Ballroom. It is now Boiled. Said like that, semi-aggressive tone, Boiled. You walk in and you're greeted by Delfina, who how do you greet people when they come in?
Hello, welcome to Boiled.
All right.
That's right.
And it brings them in. Yeah. And it doesn't feature only boiled food, just like the Cheese Ballroom was not only cheese food. It's just, that's the name that you have currently. And boy, is it sticking. All right. So let's talk about what's going on right now. Oh, also, I want to say that Moo, the one pixie, now your 4 pixies were kind of like tied to the food cart. Moo has gotten such a strong relationship with Bernardi that now it's more like he's tied to you. So he kind of follows you around, floats around. He doesn't have to go out and help with the food cart, which is kind of running on its own. It's got its own staff along with the pixies. Moo is now tied to Bernardi with his rock and his love of juggling, which he thinks he is amazing at. And he got a lot of compliments on his juggling. No one has said it.
I feel like Moo would sit on Bernardi's cap, like gardening cap that's much larger than this, and just sit and just throw up the gardening cap. Just the happiest little pixie.
It's great. So right now, the city of Zobeck's food culture is in an uproar because for the first time in 100 years, the Supreme Challenge is going to happen in Zobeck, and the winner will be crowned the annual Adamantine Chef, a title coveted throughout Midgard by all members of the hospitality world. Now, competitors are invite only, and unfortunately, no one from Boiled has been invited. They come from across all of Midgard. And along with those competitors, foodies and food enthusiasts have flocked to the city to watch the competition and see whose cuisine will reign supreme. The other big thing happening in the city is that there is a mushroom shortage. The incredibly versatile fungi stocks have been almost completely bought up in both the city's open markets and the secret markets. However, a certain dwarf, with the help of a certain pixie, has foreseen this with that second, that sixth sense that he has. There will be a shortage. So with this crop, Bernardi, you just planted a bigger amount than normal. You knew I will need a surplus. So there are a lot of mushrooms, and not just your classics. You decided to go with the different kinds, the rarer kinds, all sorts, a nice mix. And tell me if this is okay with you. I don't want to ever take agency away from a player, but I think this fits with what you would be doing. No comment means yes. And as the competition is getting closer and closer and closer, word is spreading around the city that Bernardi has got the mushrooms. There is a hidden stock of mushrooms at that restaurant, Boiled. That doesn't necessarily boil all the mushrooms because that doesn't really work. Probably not, but Boiled. Okay. And so on this night, service is winding down. Last call is called, and sitting there at the bar is a rather sad-looking man cradling a glass of dwarven whiskey. He's had it with him all evening. And sitting with him are 2 younger adults. It looks like they might be his son and daughter by their resemblance to him. Thule, classic bartender style. You've been chatting them up. What are your problems? Tell me. I'm listening to everything. You in particular are very good at that because you're so nice and empathetic. And you glean from him. His name is Rebem Kaked, and he is a chef from the Northlands. And he is quite well known in the Northlands and has an invitation to compete in the Supreme Challenge. But the reason he's so glum is because his sous chefs have been poached, pun intended, by another competitor, one who is working on behalf of Zobeck's most infamous and infinitesimal gang, the Mouse Kingdom, which is exactly what it sounds like. A gang made mostly of mices, which is the real plural of mice. And not only did they leave him, they took all his Northland's key ingredients for his showstopper dish that he was going to cook. And the two young adults are his children, Ron and Raina. They got an R thing going. So Cleef, who's the co-owner of the restaurant, has been also talking to him all night. And as the crowds kind of leave the restaurant, he tells this gentleman, Rebum, that he can stay and drink as long as you need. And he pulls the four of you aside. And he says, this could be real big for us. We're doing really well. We got the food cart. It's doing gangbusters. We're thinking of going into franchising Boiled. So we'll have Boiled 2 and even more Boiled. We're thinking of the names. That will be a requirement for franchising. But we need that influx of capital. And I think if we help Rebum get these ingredients, then he'll be able to enter the competition. And he even agreed maybe some of you can work as his sous chefs and we'll all get invitations to watch. And that's very exciting too. But we are going to help him with 3 things. So he'll be ready. 1, it just so happens that there is a special mushroom that he could use that I know Bernardi has been growing. And this mushroom will come to full perfect bloom tomorrow. I'm not sure what the word is when a mushroom is in perfect mature. It's matured. I don't know. It'll be perfect tomorrow. Tomorrow's the night, or tomorrow's the day. Now, we've been lucky so far because Moo's got his rock, and that's been enough to scare off any mushroom thieves. He's got the rock and he can yell. So when someone comes closer, he yells and throws his rock. It's scattered any possible thieves. But we need to make certain that nothing happens to that mushroom tonight. So come up with a plan with that. 2, obviously, his staff took all of his special ingredients. So we know that they were stolen by the Mouse Kingdom. So we either need to get them back from them, or you're going to have to run around the city trying to find the 4 specific things that he needs. 1, a special kind of elven mead. 2, a rare vegetable called a midnight eggplant. 3, a type of sea snail called a pugblug. Not a delicious sounding name. Actually pretty delicious. You'd be surprised. And then a variety of dry spices. And he hands you a little sheet because I couldn't think of a bunch of names for spices. Okay. And the 3rd thing that he needs is his showstopper main ingredient, which is a type of boar called the Storm Boar. It's a Storm Boar. Now, I know that they've been seen in the Margrave Forest, and there may be other places to source them within the city, but for a creature as rare as this, I think we might have to hunt one down ourselves. And he looks at Vera, and he waggles his eyebrows because one of us will have to probably lead that hunt. I don't know who it might be. Waggle,
Vera's
waggle,
just there
waggle.
who?
Who could it be?
Who could it be?
I haven't the faintest myself. Forrest, no, don't know those.
Now, he himself is he's so distraught that he probably just needs to spend time getting back in that mindset of maybe competing. But his 2 children, Ron and Raina, could and would be happy to accompany you if you want their help in any of these things. So, what do people want to do? Let us start. Delfino, what's the plan? What's your plan?
I think either Delfino would like to either make sure that the mushroom stays safe, like she's good at guarding things, or she can help Vera out with the hunt, depending on what.
Okay. Bernardi, I think, what are you thinking?
Yeah, Bernardi has to stay with the mushrooms. And the name of the mushroom is called the Bluefoot Mushrooms.
Oh.
Named after Moo. So it's actually a brand new
goodness.
type of mushroom that that me and Moo have been working on.
Okay.
And it's a very we've been crafting this mushroom for a long time. So I think we need to protect our little baby.
That's great. Tuli, what are you thinking?
Well, you had me at mead. So, what kind of mead was it?
Elven raspberry muzzle blur mead, of course.
Elven raspberry muzzle blur.
Muzzle blur, yeah.
Oh, because your muzzles end up blurry when you eat and drink some.
Exactly. It really stains the lips and area. It's traditionally drank out of a bowl, so you really got to get your face in there to get the delicious muzzle blur meat.
Muzzle blur. Okay. Yeah, I would love to find the elven raspberry muzzle blur meat.
Okay, cool. Let us then jump around through time. So, okay, Thule's down to get the muzzle blur. So you can do that during the day tomorrow. Is there anything you want to do tonight? So I think the Storm Boar is, of course, a native to the nighttime boar. So if you want to hunt the boar, then that would be tonight, as well as guarding, obviously, the mushrooms at night. So maybe Thule can help guard the mushroom, and then Vera and Delfina can go looking for the Storm Boar. And then tomorrow, you can all help gather the ingredients. Would either of you two groups like to take Ron and Reyna?
No.
No. Okay.
No outsiders on the hunt.
No outsiders on the hunt.
They are what we call a liability. And
they both look pretty competent, you have to say. And Reyna actually has a bow across her back.
Looks can be deceiving.
Oh, all right.
Vera doesn't trust people in her forest.
Her forest. Okay.
Yep.
We'll see what the Margrave thinks of that. Okay. What about guarding group? Would you like to have Ron and Reyna help with guarding?
They could be lookouts.
Yeah, maybe lookouts, like not actually in the garden.
Sure. I mean, there's a wall around your garden, I believe, and there are areas that they could go up top and look for them. I'm not sure. We can talk about how the plan for guarding in a moment. But let us then flip a coin to see who goes first. Woo, flipping a coin. On a 1, we'll start with the guarding. On a 2, we'll start with the forest. To the forest we go. So I want to know a little bit more about Vera and where they live in the forest. Is that right? You live in you have like a hut?
Yep.
Or
I have a treehouse.
okay.
Yeah.
So-
It's off the main path, overlooking a small clearing with a pond in it.
Yes.
They hang out with the crows and the ducks and all the animals that come around. They're very protective of it.
So
the forest in general.
Yeah, I mean the Margrave is very much your like fairy tale fantasy like dark forest. Like there's a lot of kind of creepy bad. I mean the hag that you all saw last week lived in the forest. There's plenty of like mysterious. Doesn't really make sense, but does because it's the magical forest kind of thing. So I think maybe Vera, you've carved out an area that doesn't. And especially because you're high up, like you're safe. You are safe. Like this is your area. The kind of weird creatures don't really wander over at night, but maybe on occasion they do, and you have to deal with them.
We have an understanding for the most part.
Okay, cool. Stay out of my part of the forest.
Yep, I stay out of their way. They stay out of mine. I keep intruders who would destroy the forest out from a certain area, and so.
But tonight it will be different because you are going to go into their area to search for the Storm Boar. So let's start. You have also heard rumors that it is native to a certain part of the forest, which is not very close to your home. So why don't you feel free to give me a nature check, and Delfina, you can aid or what have you in that as well, if you want to make a nature check as well. 13 from Vera and an 8 from Delfina. So you know that the Storm Boar is native to it. They like live in like caves, right? And you know of 3 different caves that you think fit the description of a Storm Boar lair. We'll call them Cave A, B, and C. Unfortunately, you're unable to really know which one would have a Storm Boar in them. And as you are kind of following the route to the area where they are, you hear "Meow," and a rather large cat leaps up at a big raven, which flaps away. And then the cat turns to you and kind of gives like a feline smile and says, in common, "Why, hello. What are you doing in my part of the forest?"
Well, passing through on a hunt.
Passing through? I don't recall giving you permission to hunt in my part of the forest.
Are these
What are you
caves,
hunting?
A storm boar.
Storm boars. How I hate them. Do you know where the storm boars live?
Well, they're in either caves A, B, or C, and we're not quite sure which.
That is exactly right. And I know which one, A, B, or C, they are in. And if you do something for me, then maybe I'll tell you.
Okay. Well, what would you like us to do?
There is an outpost of intruders near here that have stolen something very precious to me. If you can get that back, then I'll tell you exactly where the Storm Boar is, and I'll even help you fighting the Storm Boar, because they can be rather difficult to take down, one might say.
Very well. What sort of intruders are we talking about?
The bugbear variety.
Great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. Point us in the direction. We'll be happy to go retrieve. What is it that we're retrieving?
There is a clutch of eggs that I need back that the bugbears stole from me. It's in the top of a tower where they make their base. So if you go there and get to the top level, they should be easy to find.
What do they look like?
So, why don't you give me both another nature check? The cat is being kind of shady about it, giving you a description that...
Can I make that insight just like this?
Sure,
being strange.
yes. Okay. So this is a cat, but the way that they're describing it makes you think that it's their eggs. And you don't know any cats that lay eggs.
Mhm.
But again, with Vera's nature check, which was a 13, I'll say that from the description, you're able to recognize that they are griffin eggs just by the size and the color and the, I don't know, like roughness of them eggs. So she's asking you to find griffin eggs that are hers. Mysterious.
Well, Vera will just kind of look at Delfina and be like, well, I don't like bugbears being in the forest either. No respect. Kind of a pain to chase them off in the middle of the night when you're trying to get a good night's rest, So I'd be happy to go after them. Plus, having a guide through this part of the forest would be ideal.
Yes, we need this Storm Boar, so this doesn't seem like that much of a...
No.
Hopefully not. Hopefully the griffin eggs are... How big are they?
Like football size, they'll say?
Yeah.
Delphine just has no idea what griffin eggs look like, so like, oh.
Like, yay.
Yeah. You have a pack
Okay.
that you can fit a bunch of them in your pack. Like, carrying them won't be like particularly difficult.
Well, then I guess we won't be mistaking that for stolen chicken eggs at that point.
No, they don't look like chicken eggs.
And the griffin thing will sort itself out.
Is the talking cat normal for around here?
Oh yeah.
She don't talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everything kind of talks if you know how to
Stuff,
listen
yeah,
around
like
here.
plants can talk, and there's a lot of talking stuff here in the Margrave. It's like cool if you like talking to stuff. But all right, so you have that. You agree?
Mhm.
The cat shakes your hand It's kind of weird. And let's jump to the garden. So we'll say the garden's kind of just like your classic rectangular shape. And there are maybe 6 foot high walls around it. What is the plan? And it's alongside of a kind of back alleyway. It's not a main street, but a lot of people take it as a shortcut to get through the city. What is the plan for defending this area? You have your 2 lookouts and you have Moo with you. So
Bernardi actually still has to tend to these bluefoot mushrooms. So during this process of making sure that the mushrooms mature correctly before daylight, he's altering between his regular form, where he's kind of tending to the very specific area of mushrooms, which kind of grow in small little sections across the garden, very inconspicuous, and only Moo knows where those spots are.
Oh, okay.
But I think Bernardi, every other hour, he casts Green Mantle, where he becomes a part of his garden. And he actually literally becomes a part of the garden and takes care of these mushrooms in a very specific way that he doesn't do with his other crops.
Okay, cool. So you're kind of hidden within, but you're still tending to them. So you're kind of moving around? Or?
Yeah, so I would, maybe within an hour, I could get to 4 or 5 different patches of these mushrooms. So I'm blending in. I can still see what's going on, but I'm focusing on my love. Love is the secret ingredient.
Make a stealth check, just to blend in further. You're still tending to them, but we'll see. In fact, make it with disadvantage because you're tending to them.
Okay. Green Mantle does say that this effect provides a +2 bonus to stealth checks.
Give yourself +2.
Okay, so let me go up. All right. Is Thule still out here with me?
Yes. In fact, Thule, where would you? So,
Oof.
So, okay. Even with this, so that's a 9 with disadvantage. So yeah, you think you're pretty well hidden. You're just another plant. You're just another mushroom.
But you can still see, I'm very hidden, but you can still see the hat just kind of moving around different plants. I think that's what that means.
Where do you tell Moo to go during all this?
Moo's actually a part of the process. He's with me. He's with the rock, and he's literally just at first he wanted to yell at the plants to give them affection, but he's learned a way to just whisper at the plants. So he might be part of the reason why I'm not very stealthy too.
Yeah, and it's like, I love you, plants. You're gonna be so delicious, mushrooms. It's like a really loud stage whisper kind of a thing. So yeah, it does carry a little bit, especially because he's got a high-pitched voice. So Thule, what are you doing to prepare and to guard the mushrooms?
Well, I'm not hiding or anything because I'm all about prevention. So I'm in the back garden area with I think I got my fermenters out and I'm working on my mead and ales, and I'm just singing to myself.
Oh, and Victoria,
making people aware that someone is here.
Oh, as you sing to yourself.
Oh, got to get the fermenters clean. Got to get the fermenters clean, 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 clean.
A classic brewer song that everyone knows. One of the first things they learn when they get to brewing school. You have inspiration.
Yay.
You clean those fermenters, and it's that I'm here. If anyone comes in, they have to deal with me, which in itself is pretty intimidating.
You can probably see my head over the garden wall.
Oh, yeah,
how tall are the garden walls?
I think it's 6 feet. So
yeah.
Yeah,
if
anybody, if they poke their head over, they're immediately going to see you cleaning those fermenters. Where do the two of you tell Ron and Raina to be?
I would say right by the gates, the entrance of the gate.
Okay, yeah. So there's an entrance to through the wall to get in, and then there's an entrance through the restaurant to get to the garden. So they can be on either side. So let me roll another die to see what happens. Okay. As you are all doing your specific things, you actually hear a knock at the gate. Knock, knock, knock. It is the middle of the night, but there is a knock, knock, knock at the gate.
We're closed.
You hear a voice say, "It would be worth your while to answer."
Who says?
Bartholomew Brigington.
Do I know that name?
You don't, but Bernardi, if you'll recall, last session, I forgot to write it down. The Horticulture, Agriculture, and something a culture, Floriculture Club. You've got your pal, whose name is Wellworth Thrivington III, but he had kind of like a rival guy who was like trying to make him look dumb in front of everybody else, like with silly, snarky comments. He was won over by your nat 20 roll on your mushroom, but you do recognize that name from last week.
So I think Bernardi, it's at the end of one of his green mantle spells, and he comes back to his regular form, but he's of course covered in dirt, probably has like a couple flowers and moss on his cheek, and he waddles over to the gate, not letting him in, peeks out between like the bars, and it's just like, "We're closed. Did you not hear Tulu?"
So he is wearing a top hat that is very fancy looking top hat, and he's got a walking stick with like a nice pearl kind of big like jewel on the end. And you see behind him there are two tough looking kind of thuggish humans who are like facing outward in either direction, like bodyguard types. And he said, "I did hear that, but as I said, I think it may be worth your while to listen to my offer."
Nope. And just says nope, and I waddle off.
Is there someone else I can speak to?
And then Bernardi would waddle over to Thule and's like, "Thule, I got to tend to these mushrooms. Can you?" And then just kind of does the head.
I can handle this, dear. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I lumber over, and I make sure that I lumber over in a very slow, methodical manner.
Sure. Give me an intimidate check, because I think that's what you're going for when you say that, right? Yeah.
Intimidation isn't much. Oh, natural 20.
Oh my goodness. Natural 20. All right. So as you lumber over, you can see his face kind of like as your shadow, it's dark, but there's light coming behind you. Your shadow like literally envelops him. His eyes get kind of wide, and he's like, yes, as I said, I wanted to make you an offer. I have heard and I have tasted the mushrooms of your Bernardi, and I just wanted to purchase some this evening, if it was possible. That would be nice.
We're not a market.
I understand that, but surely there's some price that would be befitting of what you think their worth is.
Well, you would have to talk to the owners, and they won't be back until the morning.
Maybe there's some other deal we can make. I'm a pretty powerful man. I really would like to have some mushrooms. I think it would be beneficial to both of us. Okay. You crossed your arms, which I assume means that negotiations have failed. Very well. While this is happening, make a perception check for me, Bernardi. 13. Okay. You feel like the wind has shifted. Something is off in your garden. You can't really tell what it is, but something feels bizarre or wrong, and you can't quite put your mind to it. Let me also roll for. Okay. Oh. And you hear in a stage whisper from the restaurant area of the area, Raina, the girl with the bow, says, "I think there's someone here."
I think at that point, I would take Moo off of my hat and look at Bernardi, and Bernardi would look at Moo and be like, "Hey, can you go into the restaurant and see, just peek around?"
Sure. Sorry. So Raina, she specifically says, "I think there's someone here in the garden."
Oh,
is
in
what
the
she
garden.
whispers.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
So I would send Moo to like the opposite diagonal corner of where Bernardi is.
Okay. Let's have Moo make a check too with advantage because you told him to look around. Okay. Moo starts floating across and then stops and says, "There's a guy here," and points. And you see a figure clad all in black go, "Whoa!" And his you can see his eyes in the darkness open up wide. And Bartholomew goes, excuse me, Miss Bear, I think I have another question for you. I think we should continue conversing about the possibility of me purchasing anything. I think you should look here. No, look at me. And he starts waving at you.
Nice try, but I wasn't born yesterday, bud.
Well, yes, no, that's very clear that you're, I have to go now. And he runs away with the two bodyguards, but there's another guy like frozen and he's talking now. Bernardi, you see him, everybody sees him. And he goes, whoa, what am I doing here? What happened? I must have been sleepwalking again in my pajamas that I'm in. He's got like a scar down his face. He's like, oh yeah, I'll just be leaving now, I suppose. It was all a misunderstanding.
I would like to cast Dragon Roar at him.
Okay.
That's a cantrip. So
okay.
my voice is amplified to assault the mind of one creature.
Mm-hmm.
The target must make a charisma saving throw. If it fails, the target takes 1d4 psychic damage and is frightened of me until next turn.
What is your spell DC?
14.
Okay. He passes actually with a nat 20.
Because my Dragon Roar was go.
Oh, okay, I'm going. And as he's backing away, his arms are outstretched. And you see he's trying to like grab things as he's going backwards, like in a big circular motion, kind of pick up stalks and crops. Bernardi, you see this because he's right in front of you.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So as as he's backing up, could Bernardi cast spike growth to try to trip him?
Yes.
And make him fall. All right.
So let's read this. The ground in a 20-foot radius centered on a point twists and sprouts hard spikes and thorns. The area becomes difficult terrain. Cool. In your spell save. So I'm going to say he's going to make a dexterity saving throw to try and save himself from tripping. Because he's so cat-like. But if he fails, then he will be down and wrapped up in your... He fails. He falls backwards, takes damage, and is completely intertwined with the different plants that have sprouted out and wrapped around him. And he goes, "No, please leave me alone. I'm just a hired hand. I was hired by Bartholomew because he wanted mushrooms because he wanted to embarrass Throvington III."
And Bernardi would waddle over him. And this is the only time where Bernardi would probably look intimidating because he's probably like yay foot high. And he looks over and he's like, "Why are you messing with my mushrooms right now?"
like I said, I was hired by that guy, the one that was talking to the very nice bear lady.
So if
And-
that person hired you to go steal from your mother, would you do it?
He goes, "How much would they be paying me to steal from her?"
Tuli,
Yep.
this
Wait,
man,
wait. We can make a deal, right? I mean, obviously, I have no qualms about stealing from my own mother. I can steal from other people for you. What do you all think I'm mad?
I would like to grab him by the scruff of his shirt,
Oh, you
jerkin,
grab him.
whatever he is.
Oh, yeah, it's a jerkin.
Jerkin. All right. Well, sometimes we just have to escort people out.
Yes, escort me. Escort me.
And I would like to carry him out of the gate.
Okay.
And then kick him on the butt.
Yes, you kick him on the butt, and he arcs like a football, like old Charlie Brown trying to kick that football that Lucy would hold up. What a reference. And he goes, yeah, just and there's a crash as he lands in a pile of garbage outside the back of another restaurant. Good job.
I think Bernardi would druidcraft Tuli a little flower that the other pixies have. I think that's a mark of affection that only Bernardi, those that are close to Bernardi, get. So
Wow.
Tuli, he felt like Tuli has gotten just protected his kids, his mushrooms. So
Why, thank you. And I put it in one of my pockets of my apron and sticks out.
Oh,
yes, thanks, Tuli. And if you don't mind, as he's saying this, I'm gonna go back to tending the mushrooms, and he casts Green Mantle again, and he goes back into the ground, and you can just kind of see a hat go from plant to plant, and he starts tending to the Bluefoot mushrooms again.
Cleaning the fermenters. Clean.
you have inspiration already. Otherwise, I'd give it to you again. Great. So let's jump back to the forest. You have all followed the directions from the big cat. And oh yeah, Vera, you were unable to recognize what kind of cat it was. It was kind of like if someone who knew, like, this is kind of what like a panther looks like, I think, and tried to transform themselves to look like that. It was kind of a deal. Like parts of it, like the tail length was off, or it had too many like claws or something. It just was weird. It was like a guesstimate as to what a big scary cat would look like. It still was big and scary, but yeah. So you're creeping up on the bandit camp, and you see it is a tower in the middle of a clearing, and there are tents set up around it, and there are a handful of bugbears with spears kind of just standing guard, and there's a fire, and some of them are eating over the fire and telling stories. And with your keen ranger eyes, you notice they all have a patch on their shoulders, and you recognize this patch. It is the patch of the Mouse Kingdom. What does that look like, everyone? What is a mouse? It's like a piece of cheese with a sword through it. Maybe that's it. That's the insignia of the Mouse Kingdom, to show they're like cheese and they like swords. So everybody's got the sword cheese insignia on their shoulder.
Okay. So as we get close,
Mhm.
Vera is going to reach out and touch Delfina, and they are going to cast Scentless. So
Oh,
for the duration, the target gives off no odor. The duration is 1 hour.
okay.
It's not concentration. And so a creature that relies on smell has disadvantage on perception checks to detect the target and survival checks to track the target.
Oh, great.
The target is invisible to a creature that relies solely on smell to sense its surroundings, and the
Mhm.
spell has no effect on targets with unusually strong scents, such as ghasts
Or bugbears. Well done.
or bugbears. So I will cast that on Delfina, and I will spend another slot to cast it on myself.
All right.
So we are going to be sneaky.
All right, I'm used to being sneaky and doing this stuff, but in the city, you're the expert here. What do you suppose we do? We scare them off, or we sneak in?
Well,
'Cause
So sorry, more information. The tower has kind of like a base level, which is long and wide, and then it kind of thins out as it goes up, and there's 3 stories to it. You can see it's kind of broken in different parts on the side, which kind of gives it natural handholds. So it would be possible for you to climb up without the need of any gear, but it would definitely take some checks to get up on the outside. It is nighttime as well, and since it is dark, you probably maybe could make it up without getting noticed. It's not like broad daylight where if you were to try to climb on the outside, you would be instantly spotted.
I say we sneak around, maybe climb up. I do have some rope. I suppose to get up there.
That's not too bad. It's a little bit in rough shape. I think could be able to do it.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've scaled a building, but I'm sure we can manage.
Great. So why don't you give me a stealth check with advantage to try and make it through the camp, around the camp, and get up on top of that first level of the building. And then we can determine some other checks for climbing itself. Nice. Okay, great. Oh,
Nice.
Both of you kill it. Yeah. So 22 and a 16 respectively. Yeah, as you walk by, you hear some rumblings. Yeah, so we got the eggs are on the top level, and old Cookie's making us some boiled eggs. Boiled, as they say. But over on that ground level, we got a bunch of stock of all the ingredients that came in through the wharf and other other things that will sell for a pretty copper piece in the city. It's rough times out there for ingredients, so we're gonna be making a lot of money. Mouse Kingdom. Roar! They all
Did you hear
Kieran.
that?
Yeah, or Vera's just doing the like wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah,
to
I think. Yeah, we both.
Delfino.
I think.
So I say eggs first. Grab everything else on the way out.
Everything else is a bonus. We just need the eggs, but
Yeah.
the restaurant can definitely use these.
Also, I don't want to be like climbing with all that stuff in my pack.
Of course.
Rather like climb down. Maybe we can come down through the inside. I don't know.
We'll see how many of these eggs are. So
I feel like it would be really easy to buy these guys off if we had to too. So
I mean, I can be
Eggs
scared
first.
if I want to. So
Our loyalty to the Mouse King is unnerving. Why, money would never purchase our loyalty. You hear one loudly boasting.
I mean, I can be scary. Those people that want to leave at night, just like share fangs, hiss at them a bunch.
Why don't you all everyone can do this now. Make me a history check. What do you all know about the Mouse Kingdom? That famous gang in Zobeck. 14 from Delfina. Ooh, not so great from Tuli or Vera. Bernardi, what do you know about gangs of the city?
Not too much right now. My roll 20 is.
Oh
acting up.
no!
2 seconds.
I'll tell you. You rolled pretty good, Lynn. So we'll tell you about the Mouse Kingdom. Is led by the Mouse King, not surprisingly. And
natural 20. We know.
Okay. So Bernardi used to be a member, I think, briefly. So yeah, the Mouse King, he's got like the rumor is that all rats, mice, and rodents in the city obey him. Like there's a lot of mystery surrounding the Mouse King himself. And it's always been kind of like a joking annoyance. But lately, with this new Mouse King, they've become a real kind of threat to people because they have that level of stealth that other gangs don't have. It's not all just mouse and mices. Obviously, they have bugbears in their employ. They have different kinds of bandits and marauders. But the fact that they have that, they're also like really into secrets, and they know a lot about secrets. And there's a rumor that one of the members of the city council is being blackmailed by the Mouse King himself. So yeah, it seems like there's lots and lots of rumors, lots of kind of spooky, unknown things about them. They're kind of a mystery, but they're not a joke, even though they're called the Mouse Kingdom.
There's more rodents in the city than you would expect. So it's like Mouse King has some pull.
Yeah. So, yeah, Mouse King has some pull, no question. So,
Maybe the Mouse King is just like a bunch of just like a collective of these, like a Rat King.
oh, Rat
Like-
King.
They're just it's just 3 mice in a trench coat.
Mhm.
Yeah, 3 big mices. The rumor is the Rat King is a were-rat also too. He's not just a mouse or
3
rat.
were rats in a
It's just a
trench coat.
capybara. The biggest of rodents.
They are rodents. Oh, I love capybara. They're so fun. Cool. So you have snuck closer to you can see in through the windows on the first floor. There's kind of like a long table, and it's like a meeting area, and you can see like kind of those like weapon racks alongside the edges, but there's no one on the first floor. And you can see there's like a back room that looks like it's got like a one of those like what is the long sticks you put in front of doors? Is there a word for that? It's got one of those. It's locked. It's a locked door.
Okay.
Oh, a bolt?
A bolt.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. The little thing goes across. Yes.
Yes. Great.
Bolt.
Yes. So yeah, if you want, you could scale this, the side of this, and make your way up to the top where you can hear faint talking, or faint singing, I should say. That's like cleaning the big pot for which I'll boil my eggs. Cleaning. Ah, yes, it is that song as old as time. One of the first things chefs learn at culinary school, the cleaning the big pot song. Shares a lot of similarities to another song about cleaning. And if you'd like, you can make an acrobatics check. Now, Vera, you said you had rope?
I do have rope.
Okay, so you can, it has a grappling hook on the end. You can, if you want, swing that up and try and catch a rock on the top floor. I'll give you advantage for your athletics or acrobatics check to climb, but there's a possibility it will make some noise, and we'll use the dice to decide that. We'll roll a d20, and if it's over 15, it'll make noise. If it's under 15, it won't.
Okay. I mean, grappling hook sounds fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just out of eye level. Be
Yeah.
good.
Also, have we been in the forest for more than an hour?
Sure. Do you get something if it's more than an hour? Then yeah,
because it's one of
What
my
do you get?
favorite terrains. So, while traveling for an hour or more in your favorite terrain, you gain the following benefits. Difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Your
Okay.
group can't become lost except by magical means. Even when you're engaged in another activity while traveling, such as foraging, navigating, or tracking, you remain alert to danger. You find twice as much food when you're foraging, and while tracking other creatures, you also learn their exact number, their sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
Okay. Cool.
So we are just vaguely aware while in the forest. Also, if I make intelligence or wisdom checks related to the terrain, my proficiency bonus is doubled.
Ooh, wow.
if I'm
That's a
using
big
a skill
bonus.
that I'm
Nice.
proficient in.
Cool.
I am not proficient in acrobatics. Though.
Okay.
It's going to be with advantage
Oh!
of 14.
So that is still what I said 15 or higher
15.
makes noise.
You said
Mhm.
15.
So I will say no noise. You're able to throw that up quietly, sneakily, and you hear it catch, and you give it a good tug, and it feels like it has your body weight. It can fulfill your body weight. Meanwhile, back at the garden, Ron has made his way over to you, Thule, left his post, and is now trying to talk to you because he sees what an empathetic and kind person you are. And he seems like he's had a lot of stuff he's wanted to say for a while inside of him. And he has chosen you as the person he is going to say it all to.
Mm,
And he's just
father,
like,
son.
well, no, that's the thing. That's the thing. Because my father is famous in the Northlands as a chef. All the different tribal leaders come to him to eat. They're like kind of like Vikings in the Northlands. That's kind of like what they are. They come to him, they try and hire him, they try and literally steal him and kidnap him to bring them to their homes to cook for them. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a chef. But he's like, oh, you're the oldest, so you're gonna be the taking up the mantle of chefdom, and you're gonna be the cook. I don't want to cook.
Have you told him that?
It's just he's got so much. He's such a proud individual, and he's had it in his head since I was a child that I would be the one to continue his legacy. But all I want to do is dance.
Well, then go and dance. You know, look, I know it'll be rough. There'll be a falling out. He'll get angry. He'll probably yell.
No.
And it'll be bad. But sometimes you just have to do the thing.
I don't know. Maybe we can talk later about that. But maybe you could help. I just feel like you're so easy to talk to, and you're such a calming presence. I just feel that around you, that you can, I mean, the way you dealt with that rich guy, you didn't even really have to say anything. You just kind of crossed your arms, and he knew that you were right, and you were the person he should be listening to. And I don't know, maybe you could be there when I tell. I know I just met you, and this seems very sudden, but like I said, I just get this energy from you. Such a pleasant, calming, positive energy. It just comes off you in waves. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, I am a firm believer of people fighting their own battles, because if I fight your battles for you, you will never be able to stand on your own 2 feet. I can support you.
That's what I want. That support. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to talk on my behalf. I just seeing you when I tell him, that may be enough to give me the courage to speak my truth.
I think at this point, Bernard, like you just see Bernardi's hat pop up. Oh, okay.
Bernardi, the daughter has kind of wandered over to you and left her post. And she's like, you know, my father has always said that Ron's in the kitchen and I'm in the forest hunting, that I'm the hunter. I have this bow. I know this bow well. But in my heart of hearts, I know that I'm the one that should be doing the cooking. My brother has many positive elements, many positive aspects of him. If you saw him dance, you would just be blown away. Like water. He moves like water. Truly amazing the way he can move. But I'm the one that should be doing the cooking. But because I'm the younger sibling, I'm not the one that's supposed to inherit that. I love my brother, but even I can see he makes the most boneheaded mistakes in the kitchen. And I know that if...
And Bernardi's just like, just cook.
Just cook.
Just cook.
Just do it. That's what the god Nike always says, right?
Just do it.
That's one of our gods in the Northlands. Email Wolfgang Bauer. Make Nike a god in the Northlands. But maybe that is the answer. But my father's a very proud man.
I not to be rude. Actually, to be rude, I don't care about your father. These mushrooms need all of my attention right now. Also, why are you not at your post?
Right. I just had to.
You remember when that one person was in here trying to steal the mushrooms?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I guess I spotted them. It was me who spotted them. I remember.
Okay. Well, I need you to go.
I just needed to talk to somebody, and it seems like Ron got to the friendly person, and you're here, so I wanted to talk to you.
I don't care about your feelings. These mushrooms need me.
Can I help at all, or
no?
Okay.
Back to your post, please.
I guess I'll go back to my post now.
Thank you.
Don't feel too bad. He's like that with everyone.
Yeah, I kind of got that, but and Moo kind of sticks his tongue out at Reyna as she walks away and gets back at her post. Great. Bernardi, you can have inspiration for just being you. I love it. Okay. Go away.
So I was going to say, as Bernardi's doing that and just like actually kind of fuming right now because his mushroom plan almost got wrecked. He pops over. It's still in the green mantle form, kind of like hat just kind of floating along and pops up between Thule and the sun.
Ron, yeah.
Ron, and it's just like, can you go back to your post?
We were having a moment.
You
Real
can have a
bonding
moment. You can have a moment past 8 a.m. tomorrow. I just need you to go to the post. If not, my pixie might throw a rock at you.
Oh, geez. It's like that rock is an extension of his arm. I can tell. He truly.
Enough work. You and your sister talk so much. How about you go back to your post and talk to each other?
All right, maybe. Okay.
And Bernardi just waddles back off and just like is shaking his head.
He goes, "We'll continue this conversation later."
Oh, all righty then. Cleaning.
He starts whistling that song too as he goes back to his really catchy that one. We have a version of that in the Northlands, but it's not as good. Back to the forest where the grappling hook is now secured. You can feel free to either one. You can give me athletics or acrobatics with advantage to climb up carefully, quietly, competently. Nope. 20.
Nope.
Natural 20 for Vera and an 18 for Delfino. Oh my goodness, you're like the kid in gym class that just goes straight up the rope, not making it look easy. All upper arm strength, really impressive kind of stuff. You don't even use your legs. It's just like, oh man, so cool. And you're up to you. There's a window at the top level that you could kind of swing into on the third floor, and you see another bugbear wearing like a chef's hat and an apron, and they're singing that song to themselves about cleaning the pot. And you see there's like a shelf with a bunch of eggs on it, big football-sized eggs, and they currently have their head deep into the pot and they're singing their song, cleaning the pot. And you think you have the opportunity to maybe get in there and grab it without getting noticed.
Mm-hmm. That's right. It feels like good singing, cleaning.
How about you grab the eggs and I will keep an eye out. Is there like a stairway down so we don't have to climb down the rope?
There's like there's like a spiral staircase going down on the other side of the room from where the bugbear is cleaning.
Excellent. Vera pulls up the grappling hook behind them, the rope, and stuffs it back in their bag. Actually, no, retcon that. They keep it coiled in their hand.
Okay.
Just in case.
Sure.
But they're gonna kind of like sneakily hang out close-ish to the bugbear in case they need to be a distraction.
Yeah, I think as Delfina starts to like make her way, she'll give you like I got this. Look at.
Excellent.
Cool. Make me a sleight of hand check, Delfina, as you grab the eggs and kind of stuff them into your bag.
All right.
22. You grab them very quickly, very quietly, very easily, and just whoop, 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 whoop. Now, I'll ask you, and knowing what you knew earlier, we don't have to, I'll let you retcon this. Would you have gathered something to put in their place, like rocks or something else? Or are you just going to grab and go kind of a deal?
You know what? She does.
Cool. Why don't we...
She's had these rocks that she got from the her trip outside the Ruthenian plains.
Oh.
That she's carried in her bag, and she'll put those in there.
Nice. Wait, outside the what?
It's right outside of Zobeck.
Oh, okay. Ooh. All right. I like that. I was gonna make you do a check, but I like your use of Midgardian lore. So great. Yeah, you put them in. They're no longer like to a quick glance, it's not really noticeable. So you think that these will, in a rush, get not be noticed. And you all can tell that the bugbear is coming to the end of the song, that famous ending
We know that Thule,
How does it,
Thule sings that song, so it's like, okay, this is the end. Oh,
Yeah, how's
shoot.
the end go again? Either Lynn or Autumn. How does the end of that song go again? When you was getting towards the end?
Vera tunes out singing whenever it's around.
Okay,
her.
I guess Lynn would have to sing it for us then, because Farrah doesn't pay attention to that.
Now that everything's clean, now we just wait to do it again because it's going to happen again, and then we just start cleaning again.
Yeah, it's like the song that never ends kind of.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So, inspiration for Lynn for singing for us. And then, so that song is coming to an end. You definitely think there's time enough to make an escape. Would you like to go down the stairs or back down the tower exit, or would you go someplace do something else you would like to do?
Ooh.
I think we want to hit the stores of rare ingredients.
Yeah, maybe like the fastest way
downstairs,
to get there.
Yeah.
And we still have the scentless spell
Yes,
on us.
yeah.
So
She doesn't smell you at all while she's
we,
cleaning.
Yeah.
Vera just kind of jerks her head towards the stairs leading down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We're in agreement. then.
nice. As you're making your way down the stairs, you pass the second floor, and there is a mirror directly across from the stairwell. And as you walk by, I'll give you all. There's no alertness. I always forget what's stupid. You can give me an Arcana check, both of you.
The mirror's in our way.
Yeah, so you'll pass through the gaze of the mirror as you go down the stairs. 4.
That's appropriate.
Okay, none of you kind of can. You go past the mirror.
Not our department.
It's just
No,
a mirror.
this is we're teams. The sneaky people, the magic people are.
Yeah. And as you pass by, you can't help but trying to kind of gaze at it, and you're just kind of frozen in time. Both of you save versus
Question.
wisdom. Yes, question.
Am I vampire enough?
Oh yeah. All right, never mind. That's right. You don't even see yourself in the mirror. It doesn't affect you.
It's
But
hard.
Vera, yeah. Make a save versus wisdom. 11. Okay. So you're kind of entranced with what you see. And for the next 6 turns, so that's about half a minute, you can't look away.
So I can't look away. Can I do anything else? Am I like charmed by the mirror so I theoretically can't attack it?
No. You could attack it if you wanted to.
Vera
Can't stop looking. You can tell that like I need to do a thing, but
Vera does not like this
Mhm.
and just is kind of still staring at the mirror and is like, I'm sorry in advance for the chaos this might cause. And
What?
pulls out a spear and is going to two-handed
I
smack
think
the mirror.
Delfino was already starting to move away. It's like, what? It's just like looks. It's like,
And when Vera hears the what, she just looks and is like, mirror's magic, and is gonna try to smash it.
yeah, the mirror explodes, and you hear a voice in your head go, "I did not expect this!" And it flies out in all different areas.
Sounds
And
like a you problem.
yeah, it's very loud. It makes a lot of noise, and you hear like commotion coming outside from bugbear voices. What's the move?
Are there any doors?
There are windows.
around?
Yes, there
oh
are
yeah,
windows.
yeah, windows. Let's. Yeah.
Yeet ourselves
Go.
out a window.
Yeah.
What floor are we on? The second.
You're
floor?
on the second floor, but again, the
Yeah.
first floor comes up to a rise, so you're only about 10 feet.
Yeah, we can jump this. That's fine.
Well, there was nobody on the first floor. Can we? Is the commotion coming from outside the window? Like we hear it outside, or do we
You hear it
above
in
us?
like the campfires outside the building itself. There's no noise from inside the building.
I say we hit the first floor, grab what we can, and then just book it.
Yes, because of that, we need right now. Let's go.
Yes. Okay.
You will tell me what the hell was about when we like.
There was a
Not
voice
now,
in my head.
later.
Not into it. So yeah, Vera would like to go down to the first floor and grab whatever she can that looks vaguely expensive and important
Okay.
for ingredients. Stuff them into her multiple ranger pockets.
Let's roll a d4. Okay.
Mm.
So the bugbears are going to be slow in reacting,
Good.
which means that I will allow both of you to make a sleight of hand check. And you know what? Let's make a harvesting check,
That was
Perfect.
which is dexterity based.
Dex
And
plus.
I am trained in it.
Yeah,
so-
I am.
Train,
Yeah.
If you're trained in it, yep.
Mhm.
You're just trying to grab as many ingredients. Like you see potted plants, potted herbs still in their pots. You see, different variety of things. Okay.
It's the same as my sleight of hand. So 10.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you're both able to gather. You grab a midnight eggplant. You grab a pugwug or whatever the stupid thing was. The pugblug, of course.
The snail or the mollusk.
Yes, the snail. And you get a bunch of spices that are in a bag, a satchel that has, everything except raspberry muzzle blur. How about
Vera's booking it out like it's
Yes.
fine. Meat is Thule's department anyways.
Yes, we got. I mean, whatever we get, it's fine. We still have a boar.
Oh, well, yeah, and we have the eggs. So, is there like a side window that we can get out of?
Yeah. So
Or- wait,
there's 2 doorways, but
that locked doorway.
yes.
Was that?
Can I just run up to it and cast knock, and we can book it out that one?
So the locked doorway actually was where you were going to the
Oh.
storage area, but
Okay,
it was just like a crappy lock.
I mean, I'm fine with jumping out the door.
we
out
kicked
window.
it in.
You kicked it in. Okay, cool. Yeah, it made noise, but there was lots of what's going on here? I don't smell anything, so I don't know. There probably isn't any danger. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we'll sneak
They're
up.
so relying on their noses.
We're not gonna bust out the front door.
Okay. Sure. So you jump out the window and you dash into the night, and you're lost. You get yourselves lost in the night. Although it is starting to become day, I will say.
Day.
The sun is starting to rise, and the sun is rising back in Zobeck at Boiled as well, as the night becomes day, and you have successfully stolen ingredients, gotten back the eggs, and and you've guarded the mushrooms. I'm sorry. So yes, let us jump forward. You make it back to the cat, who accepts the eggs and tells you that meet me back here in several hours and I'll lead you to the Storm Boar's cave. You might want to bring help with dealing with it
All right.
All right.
Well,
in the form of maybe 2 other party members.
All right. Well, hopefully,
noted.
hopefully they haven't gotten in trouble. Hopefully we still have everything's good on their end.
Yes.
Went as smoothly. So
Let us hope so. Well,
well,
Might as well
anyways, they're going to be
figure it
happy
out.
we got these ingredients. So
yes. Yes.
maybe we get a bonus.
Maybe. Oh, that would be really nice. Could go for that. On the way back, since we're still within the forest, Vera would like to forage for any rare and interesting ingredients
Ooh,
as they're making their way back.
sure. Make me
Idea.
another harvesting check to find
8 plus 5, 13.
13.
Yes.
You find one. Let's see.
And technically, I get twice of what I normally would find because I'm foraging for food in my favorite terrain.
Oh yeah. You get 2 portions for cooking of to be determined later at
Okay.
a particular plot point.
I think Delfino's gonna, on the way back, just kind of grill Vera for a question. How do we those crows? How do you make friends with them? Like,
Well,
do you have to do something?
you just kind of feed them on a regular basis, and sometimes they start bringing you gifts. I
Oh,
started giving them gifts in return. We have an understanding.
what do they like?
They're really chill actually. They keep other like annoying birds that would ruin my garden away, and they make sure that nobody comes into my house. And they hang out when I'm here on my days off, whenever those are.
Oh, they sound way, way, way better than the pigeons. The pigeons just look at you and they
No,
swarm you
pigeons are
with
the
food.
worst.
Pigeons are not pleasant. Agreed.
No, no. I'm glad pigeons stay in the city.
Great. Yeah. So you all can make your way back to the restaurant. The chef, the father, whose name is Rebum, seems to, when he sees the ingredients you've brought, he perks up. When he sees that the mushroom, you've been able to cultivate the mushroom perfectly, Bernardi, he perks up. He's like, wait a minute, maybe I can actually do this. And he looks to his son Ron and he goes, you and me, buddy, we're going to win this whole damn thing.
I think at this point, Bernardi sees this happening and he hasn't been able to sleep because he's been tending to these mushrooms all night. And he's grumpy, like grumpier than he was last night. And just waddles up to Rebus, Rebum, and looks up at Rebum and is just like, do you even care about your daughter or your son? Do you listen to them? Do you listen to them? Because I present to you these beautiful mushrooms that I took so much time cultivating, and I listened to the mushrooms. And last night, your children just kept talking about how much they were unheard. Your son wants to dance, your daughter wants to cook, and you don't have them doing either of those? What is going on? And then he just waddles off. He's just tired.
Give me no, that's fine. We don't have to roll for this. I like it. I like the straightforwardness of it all. And he looks at his kids and he goes, is this true? We're a team. I thought we talk about everything. It's the three of us. We're the three cake-kids. That's our name. 3 cake-kids. The 3 cakes, triple threat, triple cake, 3-layered cake. That's what we call ourselves. Is this true? You're both so good at what you do. And Ron looks a little taken aback, but he looks to you, Thule, and sees you giving him a big thumbs up, and he goes, Father, I didn't want to tell you like this, but it's true. I feel so lost in the kitchen. I know that I have some natural talent because I'm your son, but at the same time, I feel like my lot in life is not to cook, but to dance. And then he breaks out in an impromptu serenade, like dance. He sings a little too, and you're all just like, whoa, this kid can move. He's like doing like breakdancey style, and then he does some pirouettes, and there's like some ballet aspects going on. It is impressive. Delfino, you've arrived back here, and you can move a little yourself, and even you are like, that's pretty impressive. You've got supernatural movement abilities, but Ron can match you probably, and
Ooh.
So yeah,
God,
pretty cool.
She's like, I didn't tell me you could dance. Well, you're very good.
He goes, it's a secret. Well, he's dancing.
Oh, that's a shame. You're very,
but not for long, he says. And Raina is like, yeah, Father, I also did not want to tell you this way. And she looks at Bernardi. But yes, I have actually been giving Ron tips in the kitchen because he makes so many errors while cooking. So I think that it would be best if I were there with you, along with some of our new friends during the competition, if we can still find the Storm Boar, because we know that is the key ingredient to the dish.
Vera kind of perks up at that. Like, they've just been sitting, like, cup of coffee in front of them, head on the table, or like head in their hand. Like, I can find you one tonight.
Tonight?
Thule and Bernardi are willing to join Delfina and I, and a talking cat.
You all right? Do you need more
Longstone.
sleep? What? There was a talking cat. Is that true?
The forest has all sorts of things. Talking
Yeah.
cats are just that's pretty normal.
The
Plus-
mysteries of the old.
Plus, we got the other few other ingredients, so that's cleared up. So we need to get some Storm Boar.
Storm Boar. All right,
We also
Thule,
need to get some sleep.
don't worry about the muzzleberry mead. We can get that. You can go help with the Storm Boar because they can be rather wily.
All right.
And he also
If
says
you're
that,
sure.
does Victoria really want to get the muzzleberry mead?
No.
Okay. Yes, we're sure.
I want to
Thank you.
smash boars.
Okay, good.
Smash.
Julie's just so kind. Yeah, don't worry about that. He also says, well, then I think Ron, of course, we have the competition isn't just about cooking. It's also about presentation. Obviously, we had some haikus lined up from the other staff members, but unfortunately, they're not on our team anymore. Maybe you could do a dance, and maybe our new sous chefs. And he looks at the four of you. Whomever we choose next week will have a haiku prepared for that evening that they can recite during the competition. For the mayor of Zobeck loves poetry. She's known as a poetry lover. So we'll see next week if that happens. In the meantime, yes, if you could go and get that Storm Boar in the forest with the help of your talking cat friends, I think that would be all we need to get back into this competition and win the whole damn thing, he says. And he claps his hands excitedly. Great. Yay! And Cleve claps too. So let's talk about the Storm Boar's lair. It was in Cave B. How about that? B for boar. But so it's kind of really in the ground. The entrance is kind of narrow. To go in, you're really going to be fighting in its area. It's very dark inside. You can tell from the outside that it's going to be pitch black inside.
Mhm.
Although you can see like the occasional crack, you can hear and see like a crackle of electricity and like a brief like flashing.
Cool.
It's rhythmic, and the cat tells you, that means that it's probably sleeping.
So we sneak in.
Sneak in.
and Get a surprise attack on it if we can.
Yep, subdue it.
DM, have we had a rest?
I'm going to say no, you have
Okay.
not had a rest, so your spell slots have not been refilled.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, I can. It's dark in there. I think.
It is dark.
Even
Who
if I
has dark visions or what have you? Who has low light vision?
Dark vision.
Dark vision? No. Bernardi? Dwarf? Maybe?
Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah, I
Really?
think
Bear
dwarves.
person?
Oh.
But
Do you get any smelling advantages as a bear person?
I can bite and hug people.
Okay.
That's
That may come in use later, but okay. So
and
only
I'm really good at being in the forest.
yes, only Delfina can see in the dark. So how are the rest of you going to go in with no light and trying to make the surprise attack?
I do have dark vision.
Oh, you do have dark vision too.
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
But if either Vera or Thule want, I could like druid craft just like a little light in front of you that follows you. You might not be able to see very far ahead, but at least it'd be something. But I don't know if that would throw off our sneak attack or not.
we could just sneak in and then our sneak attack could be lighting it up with a lot of fire. I do still have 9 torches.
Slightly smoked.
Slightly smoked boar.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's a delicacy.
Make a nature check for me, Vera,
Okay.
to know what you know about the old Storm Boar.
My proficiency bonus is also doubled for this. So
Oh!
that's +3. So
Yes.
it's 14.
Storm Boar, which you can find in Tales of the Old Margrave, which is a creature made by James Introcaso. My buddy. Yeah, so Storm Boar, it has a lot of lightning magic attacks. It also is very fast. It can kind of like use its lightning to speed it up, and it can even move through creatures. So it's not a thing that's easy to corner because it runs through you and it like electrifies you as you go through. So very spooky.
The magic makes them tasty, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I relay all of that information.
It
to
also-
my party.
Wants to eat metal. It's known for loving metal and nom 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 eating metal.
This would be really bad if one of us is Warforged or something like that, but thankfully.
So I can say you knew this already going into this, Farah. So if
Okay.
you all want to retcon, we bring a bunch of iron or something like that, then I'm happy to allow that.
I have a bunch of spears that I could set up. Do we have iron just like around?
Oh, you can take one of those fermenting pots that Thule has if you would like. A fermenting carboy, iron carboy.
I
Maybe.
can carry that to the forest. That's not a problem.
Okay, so I take a bunch of iron.
Maybe you
Try
won't
to
get drunk
search
off it
that.
too. Just eats it,
Drunken
just like all the fermentation that's just soaked into it.
Sure,
just-
yeah, it's just yeah,
Or what's
alcohol laden
Yeah.
because of the. What is the plan now?
Hmm.
It's snoozing.
I think Delfino would be like, all right, I can maybe get the jump on it, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. So, best news, it's out. Probably going to happen is going to be too tough and it's going to want to fight. So, just stay close enough.
Well,
Well.
before you go, I am going to put my hand on Delfina's shoulder and cast Heroism. So a willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to my spell casting ability modifier at the start of each of your turn.
Oh, thank you.
Which
Oh yeah.
is
Oh, that's good.
3.
Heck. Nice.
I will also cast Scentless on Delfina again.
Sweet. Magical pep talk and
Yeah, I think I would cast let's see. I would like to cast enhance ability. And that means you'll just get advantage for different checks in the form of the little flower showing up on
Aw.
Delfina's.
this is like bringing Delphin back to like start of like, premiere day for like a play. It's like everyone's pumped up. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
good.
What ability do you? Is it? What are you choosing, Bernardi? I think is it just one, or do you?
It says it does say for a specific ability
Yeah.
score. So Delfina, do you have
Dex?
I would say wisdom because that's
Wisdom.
gonna dex is high.
Mm.
okay, so wisdom.
Wisdom is probably something. If this is a magic thing,
Yeah, it might make.
because that chicken had some stuff.
The August Rooster?
Yeah, or the rooster had some stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So Delfina's going to go in and wait, sorry, get it out? Or what was the plan? I'm sorry.
just sneak, just like start, like get the jump on it. Try and like she's gonna actually just try and stun it before so everyone else can kind of like have a chance to rush in there and
Gotcha. Oh, yes. Okay. So the attack that will, and then you'll rush in with lights and fight him.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
So
Just,
make
like,
me a stealth check with advantage because of scentless.
excellent.
And it's going to be a DC 13. And if you pass,
Hell yeah.
bam. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You can roll the natural 20. Oh my, so many nat 20s tonight. What a game. Okay. So yeah, you set up, you're perfectly positioned to make a surprise attack on it. And then we'll roll initiative, and I'll say everybody can run in as a free action too, without having to spend their movement on their turn. So, yeah, what are we doing here? What are we casting?
All right, she's gonna try and just like hit it with actually this is a move that she does Actually, the only one that could probably see is Bernardi. It's like the move that she does to like kind of like hostile customers, where she'll like kind of like just like smack them in the forehead and just like it kind of like stuns them until like we can like deal with them and get them out of the restaurant.
Okay.
So it's gonna start off with a Rapier Strike. Let's see. 16.
16 hits.
All right. And that's with so actually, since Delfina is a duelist, she has like these little like sub abilities, which I can spend points for. So I'm going to actually do this. Let me see if I can put that into the Pummel Punch.
Pummel punch.
Mm-hmm.
Read that aloud.
When you make an attack, you can spend 2 prowess to strike the target with the pommel of your weapon instead of the blade. This does 1d6 bludgeoning damage instead of the weapon's normal damage dice. And the target must make a successful saving throw or be incapacitated until the end of its next turn.
Oh my goodness.
Target can be no more than one size category larger than you.
It is larger than you, but that's okay because that is only one size larger.
Yeah. If it was bigger, I'd be scared of it more.
So it does save.
Oh,
It is not incapacitated, but roll me damage.
Okay. 1d6 plus the 4. Okay. So 9 plus, and then the sneak attack.
Oh, sneak attack.
Okay, come on. 3d6. Okay, it's not doing it on the
rogues.
Yeah, rogues. 13.
Oh, man. All right. Yeah. It is a mighty strike you make upon this Storm Boar as you really like it's sleeping. You can see a little boar smile on its face and you just bonk, smack it right on the head. And yeah, there's a like burst of electric like lightning in the air. There's a crack of thunder. It doesn't hurt you, but the entire room flashes. And in that flash, the rest of you are able to rush in with lanterns and weapons drawn. And let's roll initiative.
That awful pig like squeal too. It's like
angry.
It's like yep.
Yeah. Oh, I regret even doing that. That was not nice. Okay, so it rolls a 19 for initiative.
Oh boy.
Okay. 17, 16. So initiative order is going to be the boar, then Vera, then Delfina, then Bernardi, then Thule.
Is the cat helping us as well?
No, the cat didn't go in.
The cat.
The cat's like, no.
He got people.
You got this. You can make a persuasion check actually beforehand. You want Vera, because you see the cat kind of like trailing behind and I'm gonna help you, yeah, but then kind of slows down as you all rush in to yell at it if you want, or intimidation or anything.
I will use persuasion because I'm proficient in persuasion. So
what do you say to it?
Well, the deal was that you would help us fight it as well. You did say that, and you are kind of bound to your word, or so that's 15.
Okay, yep, that's going to be enough. All right, so the cat is going to jump into initiative as well. Oh, and it will go first, in fact. It kind of rolls its eyes and goes, fine. Cat! Exclamation point. Okay, so the cat is going to go first. It's going to try and bite the boar. Bite the boar. It misses. And then it's going to claw. Okay, it hits on the second claw attack and does 7 damage to the boar. As again, what a terrible thing to wake up to. Truly, part of me really feels bad for this boar that's just like having a pleasant snooze in its home, and then suddenly there are people there smacking it and clawing it and trying to bite it. And now it's going to be the boar's turn. So, okay. The room is wide enough that you can all kind of spread out in a line. You can like kind of encircle it. It's going to try and get out and go through one of you. Who is standing in front of the entrance, I'll say? Who is like blocking the entrance? Thule.
Me.
As expected, yeah. So you all watch it like make that squee, get clawed. You can see fear in its eyes, Vera. You see boar fear. And instead of turning and attacking you, you hear like a another burst of lightning, and then suddenly it isn't a boar, it is living lightning, and it passes through you, literally through you, Thule. So you take 5 force damage,
Oh no.
and you're pushed out of the way. Oh, actually, so yeah. You take 5, and then also make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw that is DC 15.
6. I have inspiration.
Oh,
There we go. Oh,
Okay.
So, do you want me to roll again?
Yeah, roll again. Yeah. Someone else can give you their inspiration too.
oh my god.
Thule can have mine.
Okay. I think this is gonna. That doesn't matter. Rules lawyers, get out of here. 12.
Well,
Does anyone else want to spend their inspiration? No, I want this.
it's
to happen.
okay. This is
Okay.
Oh my
fine.
god.
So you
I would say Bernardi would give Thule the inspiration in the form of another flower.
Oh, another flower.
Nothing like a flower when you're getting like electrocuted. Thank you.
This is yeah.
Hey!
Hey!
So that is going to save. So you are knocked out of the way as it runs. It bolts through you, just kind of knocks you out of the way. You take 5 damage for getting knocked out of the way, and then you take 11 lightning damage as well, as the lightning courses through your body. Could have been a lot more. And that is going to be its turn. It moves out of its little home, but it doesn't get far enough away that you can't all chase it down. So next up in initiative is Vera.
Okay, so I can still see it.
Yes,
Quote,
so it
unquote.
is run outside. You can run outside too, and
Okay.
it's trying to run away.
Yeah, I'm going to run outside and take 2 shots at it. with my
All
longbow.
right.
That's the first one. It is a 22.
That is a hit. That is a hit.
And the 27 to hit on the second one.
Absolutely a hit.
7 piercing damage and 6 piercing damage.
That includes your, yes, it does include your bonus. Okay, cool. Yeah, so for a total of 13. All right, yeah, it's not looking great. It's not looking great as both of your arrows thump, thump, hit it in its Storm Boar butt. Okay, next up is Delfino.
All right, Delfino just sees this creature just turns to lightning and like, no, we don't have enough time to get another one of these damn boars. Why would this be magic? And she'll just like dash at it, and then she'll try and like tag it again. Hopefully to keep it in place.
Oh, sure, with your pommel strike? Nice.
No, actually, I don't have. She is going to if this actually hits, I'm gonna spend my point to
Oh, yeah, I want more.
give it a
hear
deep
more about-
slice.
Oh, deep slice. Oof.
So when you
Oh,
inflict
jeez.
damage with the finesse, we can spend 1 prowess point to deal a deep bleeding wound. At the start of its turn, the bleeding creature must successfully make a con save or take 3 piercing damage.
Nice. Oof. Okay,
So
yeah.
it's like-
So go ahead and make that attack roll.
Okay, and you know what? Heck, I'll use my
cantrip.
advantage on this
Oh, that's neat. Oh,
inspiration.
okay, cool.
All right, let's.
Okay, so you spend that after, right? So,
Yeah, so I'm
okay,
just-
but
if
that's
this
still really
hits-
neat. Yeah.
21.
Oh, it does. It definitely does.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
So that is. Wait, that is wrong thing. I hit the 20 points.
20 is that, and again, you get another 3 damage, right? Oh, no,
On
that's
this
the
next
start of
turn,
the
yeah. I guess it has to make a con save, yeah. So she's hoping that, like, if this thing runs away, it might tire out.
Sure. Yeah. What a hit. Yeah. Okay. Bernardi, it is your turn.
So this whole time, I mean, Bernardi didn't really do much fighting the August Rooster or anything, and he looks over at Thule and he's like, "Do we want to keep this boar alive, or is it supposed to be extra crispy?" And he's very grumpy. Like, this is the only reason he's asking.
Well, I'm on the ground as you're saying this because I've just been electrocuted and my hair's like sticking out everywhere. My ears are like, try it.
Everybody
Oh,
has had
man.
enough of
Yeah.
this magic animal, this magic boar.
So
Angry
Bernardi,
Thule. Oh.
Bernardi just straight face like waddles around Thule's body and finds the thing outside. And this is the first time the team has ever seen Bernardi cast like an offensive spell. And he's gonna he was just like he's way too tired for this. Bags under his eyes, just like just this needs to be over with. So he casts Flaming Sphere, just like a big ball of fire from his hands, just charges straight towards the boar.
Okay.
So all right.
Is this a saving throw spell or an attacky spell? This is a saving throw spell.
Yeah, it'll be a saving throw,
So
and
that's
then
the damage it'll do. Okay, cool. So let me roll for it. Okay, it fails. So it takes 8 damage. Is there any other effects to Flaming Sphere that may hinder it further, or is that it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but your Flaming Sphere goes flying towards it and engulfs the boar, and you hear another porcine squeal as it lights up, and it is a different kind of light, not a lightning, but a fire. All right, Thule, it is your turn. I'll say you still have enough movement to stand up and catch it if you want.
Oh, indeed.
Ooh.
I am very upset. I am, after all, a bear, and the bear has awoken inside.
Oh no!
And I take pride in my appearance, and
Yeah,
look at my fur.
Great.
I am going to be static electricity for days. So I rush over ferociously and bite the boar.
Bite the boar.
Natural 20.
Natural.
Oh, an
Unnatural
unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Still definitely hits.
And I bite it for 6 piercing damage.
Do you get 2 attacks or?
I'm a cleric. I don't think so.
Okay.
I wish I did,
Yeah.
but no.
What a bite it is. In fact, I'm going to say that bite is enough. You bite it like on the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, I'm trying to I want to try to compress its neck with my jaw.
Yeah. Are you snapping that neck, or are you trying to incapacitate it to its?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to kill it.
Till it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Your jaw strength is so powerful that even this boar with its extra layers of fat and thick fur, you hear a loud crunch as you compress it, and the boar lets out a final squeak and then just goes limp in your jaws. And the cat goes, "Whoa!" Standing next to you, Vera.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
scary.
She's very good at what she does.
Yes. And you have defeated the Storm Boar.
Yes.
And it says, "My children, no," as you kill. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, we already got.
No, it's dead. It's just the dumb boar. Sorry, it doesn't talk to you. Yeah, it's dead. Good job. Yay. And you bring it back, and you bring back the Storm Boar to the restaurant, and Rebum's eyes light up. "It's the most perfect boar I've ever seen. Oh my goodness, we're gonna win $1 million gold."
Well, we better. That boar was a pain in the ass.
Oh, I'm sure you're.
Oh,
Oh
it
my!
certainly
He looks.
was.
Everyone's like, "Whoa, are you okay? Do you need how do you deal with a bath? Is that good or bad for static electricity?"
I would like a bath regardless.
Yes,
I'm a
bath
bit
is definitely. Yeah, you're covered
And
in.
I would like to see the barber.
Yes, we'll bring them here just for you. We'll bring the barber here. Hire the best one in the city, the best barber in Zobeck.
That would be appreciated. Thank you.
So next week, we'll have the Supreme Challenge to determine who will be Adamantine Chef for this year's competition. And we'll have our Sous Chefs or audience goers, as you all can determine what you would rather be, because who knows what may happen during the competition. So that's going to do it for today's episode of Order Up. Hooray! Let's go around. Everybody tell me what you are up to and where people can find you online. Hey, let's start with me. My name is Rudy Basso. You can follow me on Twitter at Rudy Basso. I am the producer of the actual play podcast Dames and Dragons, who just tweeted that they're going to be donating to the Asian Americans Advancing Justice Atlanta Fund. So if you also donate and send them a private message of your donation receipt, they'll give you a shout out on an upcoming episode. So just follow them at Dragon Dames on Twitter and you can get a lovely shout out. They're always very silly when they give their shout outs. It's a lot of fun. Let's go around, starting with Autumn. Autumn will not be with us next week, unfortunately.
No.
But where can people find you online and what are you up to?
You can find me online at Autumn V Graves, almost anywhere on the internet. You can also find everything that I'm up to at autumngraves.com. Currently, I don't have a lot on my plate since, real life stuff. I won't be here next week because I have to help present some new menu stuff to our front of house team at the restaurant that I work at. So going to be doing some IRL cooking. If you want to read about food and cooking and see some of the stuff I make, though, you can go to foodabsolutely.com or follow at foodabsolutely. And that's basically what I do.
Great. Danny, what do? Where can people find you online?
What's up, y'all? My name is Danny. You can find me all over the internet at Danny Plays Games. I'm usually tweeting random things and hyping my friends up on the Twitters. You can also find me on my own Twitch channel, twitch.tv/BrutalDan. That's BR00TALDAN. I'll actually be streaming Dream Daddy after this at 9:30 p.m. Thanks to Victoria, the recommendation there. And then I also stream just kind of hang out, just chatting and board gaming content on my channel as well. And on Fridays, you can find me on Nomedic's channel as well. We will be playing a Starfinder's Space Bears campaign that is absolutely lovely. So
awesome. Lynn, where are you online? What are you up to?
Hey, I'm Lynn. You can find me at Flying Cirrus pretty much everywhere, Twitch and Twitter, where I have art and list of what the games I play. You can probably catch me most on my own channel, which is twitch.tv/FlyingCirrus, where I do my art streams, video games, and chill Gundam streams, which we are currently doing something thematically. It's a little vampire one, so.
Oh my goodness. Whose Gundam is that? Who pilots that Gundam?
Death Sight. That is Duo.
Duo. Oh, yeah. Duo. He's awesome. Yeah. American. Yeah. And Victoria, what are you up to? What's going on with Kobold Press? Any other exciting things?
Yeah, so I'm the social media manager here at Kobold Press, and we currently have a Twitter giveaway going on. So follow us on Twitter, give it a retweet. It's our pinned tweet, so you can find it very easily. We are giving away an Empire of the Ghouls bundle, a PDF bundle. So because it's PDF, it can be open to anyone around the globe. We also have our fellow streamers for Kobold Press Into the Southlands. They are going to be performing at GaryCon next Sunday, or this Sunday coming up at their regular time slot of 2 p.m. It's an epilogue. I hear they're beefing up the levels for that one. It's gonna be pretty great because they just had their finale yesterday. So yeah, that's gonna be wrapping that up next weekend. You can also find me on the Broadswords.
Oh. Yay. I also wanted to shout out Adamantine Chef is actually a D&D adventure that you can get on the DMs Guild by my buddy Teos Abadia, one of my absolute favorite writers and favorite people in the D&D world. So that is going to do it today for Order Up. We'll be back next week to have the Supreme Challenge. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you later. Bye.